The Minneapolis Community Connection is brought to you by City Pharmacy, AutoTek, C&R Plating, Robertson Monuments, and State Bank of Delphos.
Hi, I'm Hope Spano with the Minneapolis Area Chamber of Commerce, and today we are at AutoTek in Minneapolis, and I'm here with the owners Dave Sweat and Gary Keating. So guys, thanks for joining us today, and we just want to hear a little bit about AutoTek today. So first question that I have for you is, when did you guys open up AutoTek? When did the business start?
We opened AutoTek in 2002, later in the year, so we've been here 12 years.
Okay. And how did you guys come to do this together? Did you work together before, or?
Yeah, we've worked together since I moved to town in 1988, off and on, mostly on, and worked here at the dealership when it was a dealership together.
Okay. Now, Gary, have you lived here all of your life?
I've been here most of my life, since kindergarten, so yes,
Okay.
all my life.
So you grew up here.
Yes.
And now, David, tell me what brought you to the Minneapolis area.
I guess just a job. There was a mechanic's job open at when there used to be a Ford dealership here in town, and then when the Ford dealership closed, I came to the Chevy dealership, and then we opened our own shop.
Okay, very nice. All right, so AutoTek's been here for about 12 years. And what are your guys' normal days and hours of operation, just so that the general public knows when you guys are available?
We're here 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. So.
Okay. And do you work at all on Saturdays or open on Saturdays?
We're not open on Saturdays.
Okay. That's good. Got to have a little family time in, right?
Yeah, some time to catch up and clean up.
That's good. Now, I know that you guys used to have a different location up north, north of downtown. Now, what was the reason for you guys moving here? Was that expanding or just general change in location?
Yeah, we just needed more room for parking, and a larger building, and this one became available, so
nice.
We still use the other shop just a little bit too, so.
Oh, good. Well, that's nice to have the extra storage space and stuff like that for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, how many employees do you guys have?
Well, besides the two of us, we have 4 employees, so 6 people work here.
Okay. And everybody's in the shop, from time to time, or just all mechanics? How does it work with the different employees that you guys have?
Well, all the employees are mechanics, and I spend most of my time in the shop, and Gary spends most of his time in the office, but everything's variable. We just have to make it work. Absolutely.
Okay, so most people know generally what you bring your car in to get worked on with you. That's the main service that you guys have. But tell me a little bit about some of the services that you guys would say you specialize in here at AutoTek.
Well, I don't know if we specialize in anything in particular. We pretty much cover everything that doesn't include painting or tires. Other than that, almost everything on the vehicle we'll cover. We do have a state-of-the-art alignment machine, and do a lot of engine and transmission work here, but that's through our company, Jasper, where we get our engines and transmissions that we put in here. So. Okay.
And so would you guys say that you are a full service shop?
Yeah, I'd say that'd be the way to describe it, yeah.
Okay, good, because I know I've heard, just from growing up in a small town, and that a lot of smaller town shops will say, oh, we just kind of work on this, or we just kind of work on this, but you guys really can cover just about anything as long as it's not paint or tires?
Yeah, we pretty much cover anything from, clear back in the 60s up to you know, last year's model and
Okay.
almost every make and model. So
Okay.
we pretty diverse here.
Good. So you just get, you know, order in special parts and stuff like that from some of your contractors or different people that you work with, and then you bring it here to the shop so you can do it here in town?
Yeah, we have parts delivered here 2 or 3 times a day, and
Oh, nice.
get parts for almost any make and model overnight from the dealers, and also then any some aftermarket companies supply us too with extra chemicals and parts.
Well, that's great that you guys have that quick of a turnaround here that, you know, I guess 12 years of building connections, you guys are able to get stuff in pretty quickly. So you talked about nothing with paint. So would that mean that you do like dent repairs that just don't need a paint job? Do you? Or
No, it'd only be, you know, any small collision that didn't require, you know, broken tail light or something like that. But
Okay.
but we do a little bit of body work as far as, you know, door pins or door latches, things to that nature. But if it comes to any major collision repair, that's just not here.
Okay. Very interesting. So I don't know. Tell me a little bit more about some of the stuff. I mean, I'm obviously not, mechanics is not my thing, guys, okay? So I could definitely be educated, which I'm sure some of our listeners and viewers could be as well. What would you say is something that you have the most people come in for?
Most of our stuff's just general repair. One thing we touched just a little bit on, we do Jasper engines, transmissions, differentials, which come with a nationwide warranty, and they're really kind of a top-of-line rebuilder company as far as for engine and transmission. So that, and they're very price comparable with anybody else that's doing the job correctly. And the other thing we do is BG Chemicals. They've got a big line of chemicals and really good chemicals for diesel and engine. And I'm going to turn this part back over to Dave. There is really some diesel chemicals that people need to be using as far as gas engine chemicals too. I'll let Dave explain that just a little bit.
Yeah, there is a lot of new things coming, and it's turning more into maintenance, and maintenance would be a strong part of our business. We do keep electronic records forever from day one.
Oh, nice.
So we have a permanent record of any maintenance that's been done, either for, you know, showing somebody that's buying your car, or for proof that you've been taking care of your car for warranty work at a dealer or something.
That's
So
nice.
we have we keep track of everybody's records here, and to get them kind of started, you know, on a good maintenance plan, then that's where BG comes in, and it's something kind of new that, you know, there's more to taking care of your car than just changing the oil. And we've got a lot of these new cars the gas cars are direct injected cars, and they require some special chemicals to help keep them clean, because if you don't, it's going to come back and haunt you. And the diesels have definitely been kind of in that category for, you know, the last 5 to 10 years, and people are starting to kind of figure out that, you know, it is the owner, unfortunately, is responsible for making sure that their fuel has the correct additives and lubrication in it, and BG has an extremely good engineering department to get fuel additives and special cleaners that we use in the engine oil and to clean intakes out that actually work, and they're not just an item that you find at the gas station on the shelf. You can't buy BG products over the counter. You can go to like bgfindashop.com and find out some more information about BG and some of the chemicals we have there. And Jasper has a good website too, if you want to go there and see what kind of products they offer and what they have. So.
Okay. Well, speaking of websites, you guys have a website for AutoTek, correct?
Yes, we
Okay. And
do.
what's that web address?
AutoTek Shop.
Yeah, AutoTekShop.com.
Okay. So they can, you know, if anybody watches this and it's like, oh, I forgot when they're open, they could just go right to your website, and all that information would be on there, and give kind of a list of services and stuff? Okay.
Yep, it's kind of a work in progress there. We're here in Kansas, the web isn't everything, and we pretty much do by word of mouth everything and very little advertising. So
obviously that's done pretty well for you guys, so I would say keep doing it that way too. But it is good to have, a site that people can go to. Just this day and age, people want to, you might have new people in town who say, oh, I need a mechanic, and if they can search it and bring you guys up, that's going to help bring you new business too. So it's good that you guys have that. Now, would you consider yourself like a retail location at all too? Say someone came in and wanted to change their own oil. Do you guys sell the products that they need for that, or?
We can sell, we sell stuff over the counter here.
Okay, but it kind of depends on what it's for or what it is.
Right, I mean, we're not probably the best source for a lot of, automotive parts just for over the counter, but we can get, dealer parts overnight for them, which really, can help out.
Yeah.
And we do sell oil, and we have Culligan salt and water that we sell here retail. Okay. And we're a distributor for B&W turnover ball hitches, and also for Thunderstruck bumpers, full bumper replacements and bumper guards.
Okay. So anybody that needs that would know what that is?
Yep, I think so.
Because I'm not so sure what all that is, but that's okay. I don't need to know.
Yes.
But okay, is there anything else that you guys really would like to add that I maybe didn't think about asking?
Well, I guess I don't know. We pretty much operate here, and what keeps me here in town is because I work for customers, and we know almost every one of our customers, and by just doing their work every time and all their work, it actually saves them money, because we know what's been done and what needs to be done, and we can help them with less breakdowns or surprises, and we won't ever double up on, every time you go get your oil changed. At some places you need a new air filter every single time or whatever. So we have, able to work with customers here, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons that, we chose Minneapolis when we opened our own shop, is we already know the people here, and we just like to work for the people as much as anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I would say, my husband and I definitely appreciate your guys' customer service and attention to detail and stuff like that. So I totally get what you're saying, because we love that small town feel, and that fact that we know you personally and that we trust you, and you build that trust and that rapport with your customers. So we're glad you guys chose Minneapolis too. But did you have anything else, Gary, that you thought of?
I was just on to that. There's a lot of vehicles in town we see running around that we don't see in here, and feel like you're more than welcome to come in, give us a try, and we try and treat everybody fair and give you as good a deal and fix everything right, as much as we can. So if you haven't came visit us, swing by and then give us a try, and try and treat you fair and do what we can for you. So.
That sounds great. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules. And we didn't hear the shop too much, but that nice little ambiance in the background lets all of our viewers know how hard everybody works here. So thank you guys so much, and have a great day.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
The Minneapolis Community Connection is brought to you by City Pharmacy, AutoTek, C&R Plating, Robertson Monuments, and State Bank of Delphos.